What we're going over is the Cavs Karaoke laptop, which runs the Cavs KJ Deluxe 64. Also, a lot of people are being introduced to Windows 8 on a lot of computers. It's getting harder and harder to find the Windows 7. This has Windows 8. When you power it up, it's going to show you basically this. And I think the reason why they do this is so many people are used to using smartphones and iPods and so forth, iPads, that they want all these windows. So you could customize this stuff, but it's just a matter of getting to learn it. There's tutorials you could see online and so forth. But for this karaoke, this is what you're going to do. You're basically going to go over here to the desktop. You're going to click into that. Right now we have this up and running. I'm going to X out of it because I don't want to use it, but that's what you're going to see, a desktop. Now, in order to get the screen over here, what we did was we right-clicked on desktop, and you have to do it on the desktop. You can't do it anywhere else. Screen resolution. And then what you're going to do is you want to change it to extend these displays. And that's how we ended up getting the desktop over here without seeing any of the icons. And then all you do is you double-click your Play CDG KJ Deluxe. And what's going to happen is it'll take probably about 30 to 60 seconds, and it should start to pop up. If you look at the screen, I already noticed the screen went blank, so it's showing you that it's doing something. Now see how it went here? It put the icon down there, and it should come up. Okay, now we have the screen here. This is what you're going to see over to the left. And what you're going to want to do is you want to go to the C drive, click it once, go down to karaoke songs, click that once, and then go ahead and double click this. Now this will take a couple seconds to load up, but once it starts loading up, what's going to happen is it's going to put a song list here, see? But you notice it doesn't show the title or artist. That just means that it's already starting to engage it. Then over here you're going to see this. This is going to take about a minute or two. Now while we're waiting, I'll go over the hookups of the laptop. This particular laptop, you have your power cable, and then you also notice what looks like a thumb drive. This is actually an encryption drive. What this does is, you definitely don't want to lose this. This is the only way you're going to be able to engage the songs. When you deal with subscription-based libraries, they have to have an encryption that doesn't allow anyone to play it on another computer, to copy it, because there's a lot of people that will sell you drives with MP3 songs on it, and it has no protection. This has special encryptions which took them months to create. Now this protects the library so no one can use it, plus it identifies it as the library that you are basically have as a subscription. So you never want to lose this. In fact, I tell people, just maybe get Velcro it to the side, wherever you think you could Velcro it, you know, to have it in a safe place. Always plug it in when you do your computer. Then over here, you have VGA for video. You have HDMI. I have the HDMI hooked up for the video. And then this is an 1/8" plug that goes to a dual RCA, which is in the back of your mixer hooked up to channel 4. This is what's running your audio. Okay? Now, you'll see it's still loading. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about some of the features on the top. If you look at the top, you'll notice what's highlighted here. The screen is highlighted. You want to have that highlighted. The foreground is highlighted. You want that highlighted as well. The L is highlighted. What the L means is basically you don't have the vocals. So if for any reason you hear vocals in a song, you need to go over here to vocal and make sure you bring it to left side so that the vocals could disappear. You'll notice that it has a repeat function. In fact, over here, there's screen, which we already know we have that set up. Background, you don't want to use that because what that will do is it will put the Cavs logo. If you just had the screen sitting there and weren't using it, I could see you wanting the Cavs logo displayed. Vocal, that's taking out the vocals. Repeat is if, let's say, you put a bunch of songs up in your call list and you just wanted to play instrumental music for an hour. You could put all of them up there, make sure that it's on repeat mode, and then what it will do, well actually no, the repeat mode is if you wanted to repeat a certain song over and over. It's actually this button. that does if you change this from single to continuous, then it would allow this player to continually go to every song. But right now it's in single mode because you want to stop it at the end of the song. Then you have your EQ audio. You'll notice over here, I have the EQ. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the mouse up here. If I hit this EQ audio, look over to the right. See how it changes? You want this screen, okay? We have it enabled, and we have it set for party mode. So that's pretty much set. Then you'll notice right here, you have, basically, you want this always to be on 100. You're using 100% of the volume because you're using your mixer to control the volume. You want this maxed out. Then you have your pitch and tempo. That allows you to change the pitch of the song or the tempo. Most often you probably won't mess with tempo. Tempo, let's say you had a dance teacher and they were playing an MP3 song and they wanted to speed up the song for the children while they're dancing. That's what tempo's used for most often. You might use the pitch going up and down. You could either use the mouse and basically slide it up and down or just click the buttons. Over here is the sync. What this is let's say you have a karaoke song that you just uploaded, but for some reason the lyrics are not, lining up. Like whatever's highlighting is way too fast. And the music is actually one word behind. You could actually adjust this to sync it. Okay, now you'll also notice here, there's a fanfare button. So let's say they're finished singing. You can hit this fanfare button, and over to the right it allows you to assign a number. Or you could just you could put your own. Like let's say they're horrible, you could just put 1 in there. So we're going to do fanfare, and we're going to go play, and then you can look at the screen, and it's basically scoring the singer. What we mentioned earlier, you always want that EQ up there. So I hit the EQ again. Now it's back to the EQ. You have your playlist. That's where you're always, that's when you see the playlist. Now if you notice down here, see how it's loaded? Now it has all this. So let's say I just wanted I'm going to go ahead and search for a song, okay? Let's say someone wants All Boys to Men. So we type in BOYZ. And then we want to search for it. It's going to ask us by title and artist. Yeah, we want that up there. So now see how it's got All Boys to Men? So let's say I want to play this song right here. I left click it and drag it up here. Now it's there. But let's say I just want to, I want all these songs. You could do this and then hit shift and then grab and drag up there. Now you have them all up there. So you're going to play the song, press play, and then it will take a couple seconds, and then the song should start. Now you also notice, let's say you have a singer that says, I can't be number 7, I really got to leave soon, and you want them to be the next singer. You could click, drag it up to number 2. And it replaces number 2, so now they're the next singer. So let's say the next singer's Sam. You could actually click here, double click, and put their name in. Same here. So now you have these people that are coming up, so you could actually call them up and so forth. A lot of people that use this software, there are song lists that you could print out, but for the most part, people these days, they know what they want to sing. They come up and say, hey, do you have this? And you're searching for it, and then you're bringing it up here. This is pretty standard. There's going to be tutorials you could utilize. That's going to be on the CAB's website. But for the most part, this is how you're going to run this software. Now, I'm going to go over one more thing. This is Windows 8. It's really touchy. They have something where it's like a tap. And let's say you're moving around. I don't know how we duplicate it, but there's times we've accidentally hit something and then it froze it because it's actually searching for something, because you have to get used to this a little bit and so forth. But let's say for some reason you hit something and this screen disappears and you see a bunch of icons. All always hit this button and you'll go back to the front. So let's say I do that. I go back to the front, and then you go click your desktop again and you go right back into the program.